white boy spins. I don't worry about no Caucasian motherfucker, man. I don't worry about no white boys that want to suck my cock. You know what I'm saying? I don't allow them to do that, man. I like women. You know what I'm saying? Spence is a bitch, worshiping black man, still in our culture, doing like rapping and all that. He's doing culture vulture shit. We do not stand for that. His ass need to be canceled. He like doing, you know what I'm saying? He doing racist shit, acting like black people, doing rap and all that, trying to talk about black people.
Sounds like we found a racial gatekeeper. Any black person who commits fraud is off limits from now on. I can only talk about white people committing fraud, apparently.
A racist. He's a culture vulture, and we want his white ass up out of here.
Fuck with you. No. Your shit's gonna get shadow banned.
All
your
day.
shit's gonna get
so
demonetized.
I had to go to unconventional. You all right? If I was a white boy, I was the biggest YouTuber in the fucking world. Ain't no nigga living like the three on this YouTube shit. They ain't even close. Logan Pauls and all that.
You still, but listen though.
Nigga eating hot dogs, nigga boiling hot dogs in the microwave talking to me. That nigga got a bowl in the microwave right now with 2 hot dogs spinning in that motherfucker. Nigga talking to me. Ain't got no bread or nothing, especially no hot dog bun bread. Nigga using butt bread of the loaf, eating that, talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Come on, champ.
I have no negativity around me. I have no hate around me. I have nothing around me but positivity. Real shit. Anytime a white man sit here contemplate a black man's pockets, that's racist. We come from nothing. We're gonna do what we want to do, how we do it. You hear me? It ain't no hate, it's just some understanding.
The reason why you see a reaction like this is because people like me can see right through the facade that guys like Mr. Inauthentic built up. He knows that I know he's a fraud, and he's just trying to defame my character by calling me a racist.
Go play with your own kind, man. It's real. Do it. I'm in my own bag. Get out of here, peasant. Peace, prosperity, positivity, and progression to all.
I have made this observation several times. Again, I can't stop saying it. Pathological personalities attract other pathological personalities. It also, unfortunately, is a sad lesson in what happens when guys who are not ready for this stuff, or guys who have been given a platform to mouth off.
Making payments. I was making payments. What's wrong with making payments? Who are these weirdos? What you own? You probably own a 1992 Camry you bought cash, huh? So they got a 1992 Camry talking about you bought it cash. That bitch ancient. Get your broke ass out of here, man.
I have nothing around me but positivity. Real shit.
1 month of my rent is your whole life, nigga. You hear me? 1 month rent is your whole life, nigga. You could never maintain this lifestyle, you peasant. You wrote it.
That's what I was worried about. Seeing that kind of stuff, building that kind of, pathological personality that's, I don't know if he was autistic, but that spurred kind of like, social ignorance, let's just retardation. And I mean that in the clinical sense.
I see you out here. I run them laps, you know what I'm saying, water my seeds. I gotta get more plants though. I want to get more floral shit, you know what I mean? Nah, bro, this shit lit now. No, it's crazy, right? In person,
I have made this observation several times. Again, I can't stop saying it. Pathological personalities attract other pathological personalities.
That ain't gonna be lucrative, you feel me? And we're gonna stand on that. Yeah, it's real in this YouTube shit now. We're gonna get some understanding.
Am I supposed to feel threatened by a guy who carries cheap purses? This dude seriously looks like Paris Hilton's assistant right here.
Everybody did his research. I've been talking about Alibaba, where you can find these bags for pennies on the dollar. Maybe you're getting them at $25 a piece, depending on how much you buy.
These jumps running for like 130 or something like that, 140 or something. But I got the little Gargoyle Gang, the gang discount. Put that promo code in, take a little money off of it. So I think I paid like $118 for this month. But anyway,
he has, first of all, the duffel bag is going for $650. I mean, come on, his Mr. Organic bumped his head on the wall. Just because you did 2 interviews at No Jumper don't mean that you can sell bags for $650.
You know what I'm saying? What is this? Oh snap, man. Oh, see there? They done stitched the one of them ones. They done stitched the front pocket shut.
He has a like a carryover bag where it's like $350. I mean, it's just the prices are just, come on, man. Like, these are Gucci prices. These are Supreme prices. These are Prada prices. These are prices of established luxury brands.
So I can't use the front pocket. That's some shit. Come on now. Gotta do better than that. Yeah, they stitched the front pocket, man. Don't stitch the front pocket. You're supposed to open this bad boy up and then do it.
Okay. Has anybody co-signed Mr. Organic's clothing saying that, you know, anybody big time? I mean, we're talking about a major celebrity. Has a major celebrity ever co-signed this crap that he's selling? No. So he needs to lower the prices.
Something like that. But anyway, we got the little pouch in the front. But damn, that's kind of disappointing though. They stitched the one of them ones, the front pocket. That's kind of whack right there.
So Spencer, whatever his name is, white boy, man, kick rocks, man. Don't come over playing with no. I think it's racist. I think you're a racist. You know what I'm saying? That's in my eyes.
Uh-oh, Mr. Organic is turning to slander to settle this beef. It's ironic that he made these claims since he has a few videos circulating on YouTube of him making a lot of racist remarks.
So cocky. Man, get your black motherfucking Whoopi Goldberg looking ass up out of here. Worry about your roots in your head, bitch. I'm not for YouTube. You would be nothing. Well, thank God I had YouTube. Now I'm everything, bitch. Too late, dumb fool. Should have said that 5 years ago, dumb bitch. Too late. I'm already rich, you fucking monkey.
I don't charge anything for $3,000. Where have you seen that? You uneducated monkey.
Get your dumb ass out of here. Look at this whole talking about it. It wasn't for YouTube, you wouldn't be rich. Well, too late, bitch. I had YouTube and I'm rich already. It's too late, you fucking dumbass monkey. It's cool, I'm not no white boy, man. So don't come playing with me. Cause everybody get down understood, man. You don't have these little white dudes they can talk about a real like me.
Is it just me that the hard talk is kind of offset by the fact that he's holding multiple purses and the only validation he gets is from all the housewives in Malibu? Oh my god, Mr. Organic, your purse line would look so special in my trash next to my knockoff Gucci slippers and vegan dog food. And given what I know about casinos, Mr. Organic is basically promoting a really potentially dangerous addiction to his followers. He doesn't even gamble himself.
Do you gamble? I don't fucking gamble.
I do. I'm a rich man. I got an estate in Malibu. Okay,
An
2
estate?
acres. Yes.
Oh, I
2
would like
acres.
to see the paperwork.
Okay, we can show you paperwork.
Go ahead and show me the
paperwork to-
title.
we gotta show paperwork to somebody that got no paper.
Miseducated.
That would make no sense.
Show me,
This
pull
ain't got
up
no
that
paper telling
deed.
some paperwork.
Can he pull up the deed?
Can you put
This property is a rental. I mean, you can clearly see it advertised as a rental. There's a listing agent on behalf of the owner of the property, and we contacted her, and she said it's a rental.
Get my lights up. Gang, 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 motherfuckers. Woo! Yeah! How we doing, people? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome to the show. I appreciate y'all being here. Listen. Y'all could be anywhere in the world right now, but you guys choose to deal with Duke Gang. What's good? Hey, get my lights up right now. Every one of y'all. What is good, people? Hey, listen. I'm not gonna stop this. This shit is too damn fun. This shit is too damn fun. What is good, people? I see y'all in the house, man, and you guys are showing out today. Listen, we're gonna be covering some ish going on because I think, listen, guys, this is very, very serious. Okay, this is very, very serious. Mr. Organic and his whole little clapback with Spencer Cornelia, it is reaching a weird new obsession level, baby, as you guys already know. All right, Spencer Cornelia and Mr. Organics are beefing at this point in time, right? And why the beef started is because Spencer ended up calling out a gambling company that Mr. Organics was actually sponsored by, all right? And Mr. Organics didn't really take too kindly with that. So what ended up happening? Well, shit. I mean, at first he was avoiding trying to call white boy Spencer by his name, but finally, apparently, Spencer has gotten big enough for him to actually mention him by name, and he's been going after white boy Spencer ever since, all right? Basically calling him a culture vulture, all right? This guy is a racist, right? All these different terms. He basically called him everything in the book, but answering the goddamn allegations that are being levied against him. Nigga, are you a scammer? That's all we want to freaking know, all right? You going after a white man who basically was calling you out and all that stuff like that, and then going to the whole, they're coming at us black folks. These white men, they try to keep the foot on all necks. Can you believe them? Can you believe these niggas? Look what they doing. How dare y'all try to tear down another black man just trying to do his thing? You know what? Like, people would forgive that, and people would understand that if the majority of the people you weren't scamming, Mr. Organics, were black themselves. You see how that shit don't make sense, bro? So you gonna come up here and play this whole goddamn game of, oh yeah, everybody just want to come at the black man, and meanwhile your main audience are black people who you are indeed scamming. So make it make sense. But either way, that has been blown up right now, and there's just been some back and forth. Mr. Organics making some dislike songs towards Spencer Cornelia. Spencer clapping back with a few videos, although mild and timid. They're not as, hard going, but nevertheless, they are going back and forth, and we are gonna be able to settle all of that and more. Okay, guys, listen. This shit gets crazier. Now, what you guys be asking, why do you think it's weird? Why do you think the beef between them are getting weird, right? What are your thoughts about this, right? And the reason is it's just the sheer amount of this videos this man has came out with, right? It's just amazing, and just how he's calling out white boy Spencer is just odd. It's like he's calling him out on every sentence, he's tagging him on videos, going shopping for cars, all these different things. It's just getting interesting, right? And throughout those videos, you guys have been listening and you paid a good attention, you would notice that he alludes to vague threats, right? Alluding to his past life and what he used to do and all the other things, and why you or anyone else, including white boy Spencer, should be wary, all right, when they go ahead and try to cross paths with Mr. Organic. Listen, bro, we're going to cover all of that and more, including your goddamn background you like to tout so much that makes you such a dangerous character. And at the end of the show, at least towards the end of the show, guys, I want to cover something that's going to be very, very important. At least I think it's going to be very important, and why guys like Mr. Organics and many other content creators like Mr. Organics are even thriving off of, basically deceptively marketing to their audience, which in this case tend to be black men of the Pookie and Ray Ray variety. And you guys will understand why, because some of y'all got mad at me the last stream when I was talking about that. See, this is what I'm talking about, Duke. You're always hard on the black man. Why are you always hard on the black man? I'm like, listen, This man is literally the king of Pookie and Ray Rays who's scamming other Pookie and Ray Rays like you that are black, all right? Don't get mad at me because I look at the videos and look at the people who are also making videos supporting them, toting guns and pretending to be rappers and shit. I'm sorry, bro. You guys are in that category. That's y'all boy. So don't get mad at me that I just figured out what all y'all niggas congregate and what the fuck y'all listen to. Don't be mad at me. And I'm gonna tell you what, if you think this is all we gonna be focused on and things like that, listen, you could take your ass back to Fresh and Fit and all these Mr. Organic boys. And matter of fact, go buy them t-shirts and say the fuck over there because we don't give a shit. We don't call the hypocrisy and the buffoonery. Shout out to you, OJ. Whether it's with the educated lames that follow Fresh and Fit or the dumbass niggas that follow y'all, like it don't matter. They gonna get exposed too. So for y'all who felt the kind of way about that, he's coming out the black man. Like, look at him. He's saying mostly black people follow him, right? He's trying to make us look a certain way. Nigga, I showed y'all exactly who the fuck will follow him, and that was mostly y'all. So don't get mad at me for exposing y'all for following idiots and then pretending to be better than what you are. Y'all a bunch of low value niggas. It is what it is, and we're gonna cover more reasons why y'all some low value. So if y'all in the building right now and y'all not ready for the heat that we about to dispel in this goddamn live, all right? I want y'all to take your butts, all right? And I mean this with the bottom of my heart, nigga, and that the fuck over there, and you go ahead and tell Fresh and Fit and Mr. Organic Duke and Don sent you. So with that being said, and moving the assignments out or announcements aside, let's go ahead and get into our first couple reaction videos, all right? So Mr. Organics essentially tries to explain away why he believes that white boy Spencer is literally, we got him wrong, fellas. We got him. Hold on. This ain't you. We're not yet, buddy. Not yet, buddy. But we're gonna play the video. Essentially, him basically breaking down why he believes that Spencer was in the wrong and why he believes that. Listen, guys. What this man is saying about my bookie and the gambling company that I'm dealing with and all this stuff, he's wrong. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And this video, we're going to go ahead and prove it. Now, this video has been heavily altered and edited and things like that, as you can clearly visually see. But we're going to cover why, or at least him explaining why he believes that Spencer basically got him all messed up. Before we go to that, M for your mom, thank you for the $10 super chat. Shout out to you. Organic is the crackhead versus Spencer the businessman. No, absolutely. Now, I wouldn't say he's a crackhead. I wouldn't say that per se. I will just say that he's a great marketer. All right. He's a person who knows how to sell. He's a seller. All right, no different from guys. I've told you guys. You guys who've been following Duke and Down from the beginning. All right, listen. I've been telling y'all there's a difference between guys who are winners and guys who are pushers. Okay, and Mr. Organics over here is a pusher. Fresh and Fit, they're pushers. All right, Rollo Tomasi, he's a pusher. Pathological personalities attract other pathological personalities. Tomasi, Rollo, I wrote an article and goddamn essay on that. Tomasi, all right? These guys are all fucking pushers, all right? They make money selling you merch, selling you books and everything like that. Now, listen, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I don't think y'all should think anything is wrong with that. However, the problem lies is when it comes to the premise on which they are selling you guys these things, right? When it comes to the lifestyle that they're putting out and different things. And when you guys compare that to reality and see that doesn't match up, well, guess what? You guys are going to be feeling pretty frustrated. And like any other fake gurus, you're not going to blame the actual course. You're not going to blame the program. You guys are literally investing thousands of dollars. You guys are going to blame yourselves, not knowing that the program or the books that they're selling you weren't meant for you guys to be successful anyways. And this is a cultive idea that we meant to break down here and help you guys understand and analyze. So with that being said, let's go ahead and play this video.
That's rocking with me from the seed. And this what we're going to do is give a lot of understanding about the growth, right? People that see Mr. Organic today, and they thinking like, damn, how did he come up? Because these stupid buffoons wasn't rocking with Mr. Organic from the seed. So what we're going to do is get some pure understanding that this was a 5-year growth on YouTube, right? And I'm going to show you guys that once you believe in yourself, you work hard, never give up, and never give a fuck about people's opinions, thoughts, or concerns, you can have spontaneous, luxurious success. You know what I'm saying? So most people just see me now within the last year and a half, 2 years. They see all the Ferraris and, you know what I'm saying, the Wraiths, and they see all that stuff. But they got to remember, I started in the basement. They got to remember, I started with a Cadillac CTS. Move, look at my dogs. Get back. I started with a Cadillac CTS, right? I started with a 20, what was that at that time? Was that 2019? 20, I forgot. Whatever it was a brand new Challenger GT. I was so excited. It was my first brand new car. I was 30 plus years old, living in the basement. Came up from nothing, right? Grinded, believing in myself. So the beautiful thing about, doing it right before people's eyes, they see the maturation. But the new people that just coming on now, they just see 2 years ago, oh my God, how do you do it? All my real supporters from the seed, they saw me come up. So I advise anybody who's rocking with Mr. Organic, go back to the beginning, go back to my first vlogs. It's right there on the channel. All you do is go to the first, the earliest vlogs or the beginning vlogs, whatever it is on there. And you can see where I started, me and my dog Slim. You know what I'm saying? Coming from nothing, putting everything online to be where we at now. So with that being said, I'm gonna always take a certain, a certain stance against anybody trying to tear down anybody that's coming up from nothing, especially off other people's name by disrespect.
I always find this shit funny, right? Don't you always find this funny, right? Because you notice this is the same kind of talking points. A lot of these guys who are in this space, right? These clout chasing, all right. They gotta sell you on the perspective, the manifestation type of nonsense. And every single time, the arguments always come down to you hating, you a clout chasing, you this, you that, you X, Y, and Z. Man, y'all the biggest sign language using motherfuckers I have ever seen in my entire life since Kevin Samuels dropped that concept. And I'm not even sure, literally, man, listen, y'all can say whatever you want, but we hear this thing echoed all the time with the guys who follow these standboys who are religiously following these guys because he calls himself a goddamn god, right? It is the same exact thing. I never understood this. Oh, you just hating. Oh, you're just trying to tear me down. Oh, nobody's trying to do that. Everyone's literally criticizing you because you are using what's called deceptive marketing. And through deceptive marketing, you're essentially getting a bunch of people to buy into outfits, to buy into merchandise and things like that, to be able to fast forward your lifestyle. When you say you write books or when you came out with your books, you weren't putting in the tools that got you successful to where you are right now. All right. And you go on social media telling these different stories, literally, man. And there was a reason why I had them put literally your Instagram post on the left-hand corner of the screen while you're talking, because while you're sitting there trying to explain your bullshit away, there's that post that's always going to haunt you on you literally saying that you bought your first home and it's an estate. You never broke it down that you were joking. You never broke it down that any of this shit was going on. You literally tried to fool people that this was an estate. And when you got caught, that's when all these videos came out and you're directing all your heat at White Boy Spencer. Listen, brother, I gotta let you know this. White Boy Spencer ain't the only one that done exposed videos on you. Matter of fact, the main people who are doing exposed videos, in which we've been deriving a lot of content from lately, are people who used to be a fan of yours, people who used to follow you, right? And these said people were so disillusioned by you, right? Because when you sell your gargoyle programs, let me tell you guys this real quick and then we'll get back to the video, right? When this guy sells his gargoyle mask and programs and all that stuff that comes with it, essentially what this guy is doing, he's basically saying when you buy this at a certain monthly price every month and you're going with it, right? Essentially what happens is, I promise you that you're going to get X kind of consulting. I promise you're going to get, what do you call it? You're going to get X kind of collab, promising all these different stuff that literally comes with the goddamn, gargoyle group and the gargoyle party and all these different things. That's the freaking problem, because the guys who are making exposed videos about your ass right now didn't receive those, either didn't receive the collab that they really paid you for, or the merch and the shout outs and all the stuff that you promised they didn't really get. So what do you expect these guys to feel? They feel disillusioned. They feel betrayed because they bought into a program in which Mr. Organics isn't fulfilling himself. That's the reason. So when you sitting here getting mad at White Boy Spencer for culturally appropriating all these different things you want to call him, you're making yourself look ridiculous, bruh. You are making yourself look stupid. And not only that, you're making the entire race look stupid, bro. Listen, now every time people are looking at a black man explain some shit, they're going to have to think about you, Mr. Organics, right? You talking about somebody making you look bad as a black man trying to tear that other black man. Meanwhile, you got the same black man on TV while criticizing someone who criticized him, acting like the very same black man that tears our image down. Listen. If we're going to start having these conversations, we got to be straight on all sides, motherfucker. You being massively hypocritical right now. And Spencer is calling you out. But again, He is not the only one to call you out. Let's continue.
Respecting them and trying to discredit them, not knowing the full story, and seeing that they put their life on the line for this. They put their friends, their family, you know what I'm saying, everything they had into one pot to become successful. Then when you become successful, that's when people try to pull you down. And I'm okay with it. That comes with the game. So that's why I never get really agitated, because come on, man, what's somebody gonna do to me in real life besides die or something or get themselves severely hurt? So we're not concerned about that. Especially if it's any type of Caucasian trying to pull down a black man that came up for nothing, I'm gonna stand on it. I don't give a damn what this Spencer dude, I don't give a fuck who else you talked about. All these other guys you were talking about. You started off talking about Asian, the 2 Asian guys, right? Yeah, that's how you came in, talking about other men. So then you start going to top level black influencers and trying to tear us down as we came up. So where was this guy at 5 years ago when I was on my grind, coming from nothing, sacrificing, taking trips around the whole United States, putting my own money up, me and my dog Slim, going on tour, you know, almost losing my life when someone tried to rob me, I had to defend myself. Where were these people at then? So once you become successful, then they try to tear you down and say your fate. But if you look through the maturation of growth, you could tell this was a beautiful grind. You could tell this is a success story. Someone who never drunk, never smoked, have no baby mamas, you know, have no felonies. I had one little situation, thank God I had a good lawyer, boom, boom, boom. But no felonies. As a black man, that's a blessing. 1 out of 4 black males has felonies. They don't have the right to bear arms and protect themselves. That's what that's designed to do. But all praise the Most High, I can do that. So with that being said, there's always speculation to talk about my crib. I explained that already. And it's evident. If you go to the first video, when I came to this home, you see me walking through it. You see them telling me that this was this and that. I told you guys what I was going to do. I explained it thoroughly. Then I got a better opportunity to save me some money and actually convey myself, like, not even convey, convince myself, should I stay or should I go? I had to put a hefty deposit up front and pay a hefty monthly fee. But it was okay because I was invested in my security, I was invested in my happiness, and invested in, you know, long term. Should I stay or should I go? But then I realized everybody want to play with my address and all that. We're in LA where it's dangerous when people putting people's addresses out there. You know what I'm saying? Spencer, you gotta be careful, bro. Like people giving me your address and telling people, I don't want nothing to happen to you, brother. I don't want nothing to happen to you, so I wish you nothing but the best. But at the same time,
This is the shit I'm talking about, people. Like, what is this? Like, what is it? I don't want nothing to happen to you. I don't want nothing to happen to you. This. What are you insinuating? This is the crap I'm talking about, bro. Like, you're trying to bring this whole street life, which I have my skeptical. I'm skeptical when we go over your whole street life and your background stories and whatnot. Listen, I'm not doubting that you haven't been in a couple street fights in your day or whatever it is, bro. But when you start talking about stuff that you with the cartel and you almost got killed by the cartel and or cartel this, the cartel that, right? And you trying to make yourself sound hard, you come off mad weird. You're dealing with someone like Spencer. Okay, Spencer is as straight as you can get, a straight arrow as you can get. Okay. The man don't care about your goddamn hood life. The man don't care about any of that stuff, man. He cares about you and you being a fraud. What's the deal with my bookie? All right, what's up with that? It's a sports gambling goddamn website online, and it's known for scamming and defrauding people. So why is that company associated with you? You being a person complaining about the white man holding other black man down, you supporting a company that's indoctrinating other black people who are following you into being gambling addicts. Right? The hypocrisy just doesn't stop. And now you come in with a response video instead of breaking down what it actually is, what the game actually means. You over here sitting there calling a man out of his character, doing all these damn stuff. You're doing everything but answering the goddamn question. Why did you lie? Why did you lie about owning a house that you didn't own, that you're renting? That's literally it. And if you didn't have your little ego going back and forth with that chick from Fresh and Fit, this wouldn't have been a thing, right? Talking about, I got an estate in Malibu. Shit, if you're going to bring that up, knowing you got a lot of haters watching you, of course somebody's going to do a little digging. And like I said, you can lie about anything else in the world, but you can't lie about real estate. Because real estate is a goddamn public goddamn security, bro. You got it. Listen, it's one of those things where the governments have to have look. It's got to be public record. It's got to, everything has to be public. So that's one of those things where you cannot lie because people can easily just go ahead and research that shit. And when people research that shit, Mr. Organic, they find out that no, It's not under your name. It's under the property management name. Matter of fact, it's being managed by a woman named Debbie. All right, you keep talking all that shit, Mr. Organic. I'm gonna call Debbie. I'm gonna call Debbie on your ass and tell her you out here on Instagram and social media and you're making their properties look bad. Talking about the other houses of freaking, it's a house for you security guards and shit. That's a guest house that's also being rented out for $2,000 a month. I'm gonna call Debbie on that bullshit too, nigga. Like, you lying. Why? And then when somebody calls you out, you're sitting there talking about, oh, yeah, I ain't trying to wish something to happen to you, alluding the fact that you're gonna do something to him. Bro, come on, man. Like, I mean, at some point, there are some things that just starts to get a little childish, all right? And this is what I mean. This guy's obsession with Spencer is starting to get a little weird.
You gotta be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know you in Las Vegas. People send you the addresses to your houses and all that. The little bummy-ass townhomes. You living in the basement of one, renting out the rooms. We know the whole motif on you, brother. You can't make a living talking about other men and think you're somebody. What have you done special? All you're doing is talking about other men that are successful. Even you can say it's scammy or whatever they're doing to get their money, they're still getting their money and you're not stopping nothing. What benefit have you brought to society besides talking about other people and trying to tear them down from their success? Now, you picked the wrong guy because if anybody watched my channel, they see me come up from nothing to this. Now, let's break this down. This is a 2-acre estate in Malibu I live. Any way you cut it, $15,000, $16,000 a month when you add the extras on there. What does that make somebody? That makes somebody very successful. Now, if they're able to maintain this lifestyle after coming from the bottom, after sleeping in the basement, shouldn't you, applaud them? Shouldn't you be like, man, that's a success story? Wouldn't you want to know more intel into that, how they did that? So what I did, I wrote books. See, that's what I'm saying. People skip over the process. Me and my dog, Dr. X, I wrote a book, How to Be a Successful YouTuber and Entrepreneur, how to monetize your likeness and your greatness. See, me, like we always see, and I always say, I don't got the biggest following. I don't do the biggest numbers. And I'm okay with that. I never chased the most views. I never did that really out of my character to become successful on YouTube besides grind, believe in myself, take leaps of faith. That me and my dog Slim did. So you see me come up, so I wrote a book on how to monetize line streams, how to build a nice merch line, how to get partnerships, how to get sponsorships. These are all different things that I taught people how to get money and not just chase views and try to be cool and get likes. Now, it's not my fault that it worked for me. It's not my fault that people believed in me and came up through the ground, actually from the seed, actually from the basement all the way to the state of Malibu. Rent to own, own to rent, lease. What does that matter? This is over $16,000 a month a guy can play and pay and have supercars out front and live lavish. And coming from nothing. Now, Spencer, let's get some understanding here, sir. You know what I'm saying? I get the calm demeanor, the condescending demeanor as you attack, people from different ethnicities and thinking it's cool. It's not gonna work this way, sir. All you're doing is trying to tear down successful people to build up your platform. I saw an interview you had holes in your shoes, you had no dollars in your pocket, you came up with a plan to try to tear down successful people because you never were that. So that's how you came up, is tearing down other people that came up. That's how you want to come up, is tear down people that came up.
This is where I gotta disagree with you again, bro. You don't even do your research. All right, I would even make a bet that Spencer got more money than you, Mr. Organics. I am willing to make a bet that white boy Spencer, the dude you calling a racist, has more money in the bank. And if we want to talk about positive equity, if we want to talk about net worth, all right, he's got more net worth than you at this point. Why? Because this guy talks about wealth and he builds wealth in a completely straight arrow in the most logistical way anyone should be or logical way, not logistical, but there are some logistics involved, right? In the most logical, straightforward way that you can possibly do it, and it's scam proof. Right? Because you can see everything right there. You can see all the stuff right there, right? He does income properties, and there's a weird type of income property that I think he's wrote numerous ebooks on how to basically house hacking, right? And essentially is you buy a big house, you got a bunch of other rooms, which actually it makes sense. But let me explain this. You get a bunch of rooms and you rent each and every one of those rooms separately, right? And then you kind of have a shared housing. It has its benefits and it has its negatives, but it's something that even more he talks about it, it's just like, if a brother really wasn't getting in real estate, that's probably the route I'll probably do it, right? If I want to get into these houses and stuff like that, fuck apartments, there's a new way of type of living, right? And so he does that, so Spencer's making his money that way, right? You sitting here clowning him, talking about he lives in a basement, he's doing this, he's doing X, Y, and Z. My dude is literally building his wealth the way he needs to organically can, right? Because when he gets to 30, if he's not there already, he's going to start setting himself up so his wealth literally pays for himself. So that way, when he gets a mansion, or buys a mansion, it's literally paying him and not the other way around like you. motherfucker, you gotta scam your audience so they pay you with these fucking stupid ass merchants so then you can go ahead and pay your rent next month, all right? $15,000 a month. Listen, man, this comes down to a big argument that I have, especially with our community and how we look at wealth. Not just black folks, but other communities out there that look at wealth this way, right? When you view wealth as how much someone is spending versus how much someone is actually using that money to create, that's a problem. Because just spending money is not a true indicator of wealth. When somebody's spending $15,000 on a mansion they don't own, that's not an asset, bro. That's a liability. All right, listen, it's finance 101. You separate your assets versus your liabilities. Your liabilities is something that takes away money from you, and your assets is something that pays money into you. Two different things. You, Mr. Organic, are surrounded by a bunch of liabilities. Your goddamn car is a liability. Your goddamn rented mansion is a liability. All these supercars you gotta pay for, these goddamn marketing, all these goddamn gimmicks and tricks you're using to actually look like you're rich is a goddamn liability. Listen, versus what he's doing when we talk about wealth building and taking the money you have and living within your means. That is the right way to go. But for some reason in 2022, the way we judge wealth is by how much money you spend versus how much money you're actually building. That doesn't make any sense. So you see how easy it is for someone who wants to come in and pretend like they're rich, pretend like they're social media worthy, right? And come in here and just spend. And then spend until they're making enough money from your eyeballs to be able to then keep spending more money. They're not really making money. They're spending it so that way that their marketing tactics gets fed back into making more money. All right. And I will guarantee you this. And he said it himself. He's one of the biggest marketers out there. He follows the exact same playbook like every single one. They are excellent marketers. They're excellent marketers, all right? And he would even admit that himself, that he is a great marketer. So you guys got to really understand this. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? All right, perfect. All right, because it seemed like we went out for a second. But let me see. What did we leave off at? Because I don't know where you guys stopped hearing me. Can you guys hear me right now? Let me make sure. All right, perfect. All right. So we live in this day and age where the more you spend equates the more money you have. We even look at when you guys remember when we did that live and we're breaking down that one video and we're looking at the comments that his fanboys were saying, right? Oh, who cares if he got exposed and the mansion, he doesn't really own it, right? Well, he's actually spending $15,000 a month. All right. Listen, if you can afford to spend $15,000 a month, that means that you got money. I mean, come on now. Really, guys? Was that where we come to as a goddamn nation? Is this where we come to, that just because someone spends X amount of money, it equates to the wealth? No, man. If you spend, listen, I can tell you this. You pay me $15,000 a month. I can tell you I can spend that money better than Mr. Organic can. I can invest that money way better than Mr. Organic can. I don't need to buy a $15,000 a month. Well, not rent, buy. You rent. I don't need to rent a $15,000 a month mansion. Why? What's the point, right? If the point wasn't for you to then remarket to your audience and your base and making it look like you're actually on the top, there's no point to it. There's no point to anyone who actually genuinely makes money to actually invest $15,000 a month on a house. That it isn't a mansion. That doesn't make any sense. All right, rich people, they operate off of efficiency, and your lifestyle with the supercars, with the sports cars and the mansion, it does not scream efficiency. It screams like a walking, talking liability, like someone who doesn't understand the difference between assets, all right, and what pays him money to grow his wealth versus liabilities than what takes money away from him. And I think all y'all who are listening to this garbage, right, who are buying this crap, y'all need to start understanding the difference. He is your biggest liability because he's taking up all your money and giving you shit in return. So just keep that in mind, fellas.
How is that beneficial to society? You're not stopping nobody. Everybody you talk about still getting money, still doing them. You're just doing it for your views. You're using people's name to get views, sir. What do you have going on? Nothing. Where's your family? Where's your wife? Where's your kids? You can't show that because you talk about other men all day. So that's your substance. Sitting there researching and looking at other men all day. No telling what's on your hard drive, but you know, you probably sneaking off to the park, you know, allegedly, man. You know, you got to be smart. But you look like one of them guys, boy, they're hanging out at the playgrounds and all that. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, brother. I don't know what you do, but it look like you're one of those guys. So it's like people think that's funny. So all these little white nerds thinking they're gonna Instagram me, dog. I'm a nigga from the streets, man. I'm not concerned about no little weirdos in my comments. Give me more comments. That bump up the post, that bumps up the algorithm. I appreciate that. That's business. I salute it. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, there's no way a real nigga like me that's coming from the streets, coming from the bottom, coming from the basement, people that vibe with me, they're not on the YouTube and gonna comment on that. They real niggas. They real white boys and Caucasian motherfuckers and Mexicans and Chineses and whatever. They ain't got time to.
The same real ones that are accusing you of scamming. Hey, SA, I'm going to help you out real quick. Let me go ahead and help you out, all right? Because since you admit that we talk about men all day, let me go ahead and help you out. How about we just go ahead and block you? Because you seem to always come around to every goddamn live we're having. Oh, you guys always talking about these guys and talking about other men. You're sounding just like your daddy on screen, bruh. That's what you sounding like. Everything we just talked about your daddy doing, that's what you sound like. So let me help you out and go ahead and get you out this stream, okay? So go back to Mr. Organics and Fresh and Fit and tell them Duke and Don sent you, all right? Because listen, if you understand what's happening right now, allow me to help you understand even further. All right, let's continue.
Be commenting and all that shit. We ain't gonna do that. But all these little nerds, I see all you little nerds commenting, comment more. All these little Instagram posts, come on, man, all you little white nerds, y'all not gonna do nothing to the God. Just talk on the internet, keep it there. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine, and I appreciate that. But that's what I'm saying. You can't win on the internet against nerds. It just doesn't make sense. So this is the only place where the cool table, you got to step back. Because it's way more nerds and goofy lames like these people that's commenting, like this white boy Spencer. They gonna do that all day. We can't beat them on the internet, but we could beat them in real life. We know I got more money than you. We know I got more equity in all my finances than you could ever acquire. Yeah. You hear me? So you're supposed to be a financial guy, smart guy. You saying, oh, I'm renting my cars. If you're that smart, you know that renting cars cost a lot more than owning them. So you think I'm sitting here and renting supercars every day for a year straight? How much would that cost? You guys do the math. Get your little calculator out, get your little pencil and write that down, how much that would cost. Stop it. All that's showing me that I make a lot of money. Now, people always want to speculate that, you know, show your portfolio, show your crypto. Damn, I told you I came up as a blessing. I took a risk on sheep and came up big. Still got mad investment. I got a lot of I got all type of stuff, and it's cool. That's what it's all about. It's about investing, diversifying your portfolio, letting it grow. I have no depreciating assets. Every car I own went up in value since I owned it. Ain't that a blessing? 488. Look it up last year. See how much it is now. That's why I sold it. Got the money. My Wraith. Look how much it was 2 years ago. Go how much it is now. I got the money. 4x4 is up in money. My McLaren up in money. So I have no depreciating assets. I have no debt. Nothing. All my cars went up in value. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, I'm a businessman. So you already know, you got to write all that stuff off for the business I am. YouTube, media, also clothing, marketing, all this legendary stuff that I do, that I own. That's all a part of my business.
Again, you're talking about liabilities. You're talking about cars going up in value and stuff like that. You have a limited market with people who buy supercars, with people who do stuff like that. Your market is super limited, okay? So if it goes up in value, that's fine, but you still have maintenance. You still have all these different things, and it's not going to be the exact same value that you paid for it. Not all cars are built the same, bruh. That's just what it is. The minute you take it off that lot, off a lease or whatever it is, it's a depreciating asset. All right, you're fighting depreciation. That's the main thing, especially when it comes to automotive. They're never considered assets because they're always depreciating. It is what it is. So it may go up now just because the economy is in a weird twist where cars are just generally more expensive, but that's not going to be the case forever. That's not. And the more miles you put on it, it's not going to be the same. So when you sit in your cap and like, oh, the more money I have, look at the cars, all this stuff, look at all my assets. They're not assets if you lease them, bro. They're not assets. Even if you buy them, they're not assets. They're all liabilities with the maintenance costs, all these different things. Your car is not actively giving you more money every single month. You're spending more money every month. I see your live videos when you're vlogging and you're talking about, oh, this one's got maintenance, that one's got maintenance. Oh, I got to put the new engine in that one. All these different ones. Why? Because your car is a freaking liability. It is what it is. Like, stop this nonsense, man. Like, when we start looking at wealth in the terms of chains, cars, all these depreciating things that he's wearing on himself, we got to stop this. And you see this with the community all the time, where people in the rap industry, the music industry, all these different things. You talk about wealth being a form of what you have on your body. That's not how you calculate wealth, bruh. That's not how you calculate any of these things. Like, you are setting a bad precedent for a lot of young black males who really want to be successful in this world. I don't know what you were teaching in your books, but if you're teaching them how to get wealth is like this, buying chains, cars, and mansions, you're teaching them the wrong things. They don't need to be learning from you at all, because the kind of lifestyle you're living is going to either get them robbed, killed, or broke. No, real talk. That's what this dude's lifestyle is going to get you at. Going to get you robbed, killed, or you're going to leave you broke. That's literally it. When you're walking around neighborhoods with your neck looking like this, driving down with cars looking like that, of course people are going to try you. He's already been tried. There are videos out there of this dude being robbed. Now, luckily, he's gotten away with his life. But then you sitting there talking about, oh, yeah, I'm so hard because all these people try to rob me. Why do you think that is? You got money on your neck. So they assume you got more of where that came from. So they won't take it. When you are encouraging young black males to go into the same lifestyle that you're in, man, that's a problem. That's when things start to get problematic, right? That's when things start to get crazy. And then come to find out you're not really even in that life. Come the fuck on, bruh. So we won't skip ahead till he's walking, but then let's continue.
Stood my ground. And then I'm trying to tell people the game. I'm trying to give people information like, man, do this and that. I'm not going to get no money from you motherfuckers getting your crypto. That shit not making or breaking me. I'm trying to put you guys on a situation to help you bless you. Well, I learned shit. Just like I wrote the books. You see what I'm saying?
To be fair, he's actually right. He's not making money directly off the people in crypto, right? He's not making money directly off them. He's getting paid by the people who are making said crypto so that he can use his influence and reach to promote other people to buy those coins. So then when those guys, the developer and guys, drop those crypto coins or rug pull them, guess what? He, just like every other influencer that is being exposed for doing these fake crypto scams, they can basically say, have plausible deniability and say, hey, listen, hold on now, time out. I didn't listen. I'm not the one that created the crypto. Okay, this was a company, and they told me to promote it, and I got my paid off of that. So yes, the audience didn't pay me. My audience didn't pay me, but the company who already knew they were gonna rug pull this bullshit, all right, paid me to market to y'all. So now I have to ask the question: if that's the case, and you know that you're promoting fake crypto scams to your own audience, all right, how and what way are you helping them? No, make it make sense. How and what way are you helping them if you're promoting shit that isn't going to work for them or it's going to leave them broke? Like, I don't get this, man. So your defense isn't really your defense at all, bruh. You're just, I don't even know what this is, dog. I think it's like a MTV Cribs, like, let me walk you through my mansion and let me shit on this white boy real quick. That's literally all I've gotten from this so far. This has explained nothing, dog. You've attacked this character so far. You just gave us a tour around your house. I mean, there's nothing of substance going on in here, but we'll continue, dog, because I thought you were gonna explain what's happening here.
But it's a shame, like I say, once you're a black person, you're coming from nothing, they want to tear your ass down. They want to put a bad stain on your name. And it's a blessing that I got great partnerships, great sponsorships that believe in my word and my style and my charisma and my way of marketing. I'm a great marketer. That's what I do best. And I'm a real motherfucker. So we're gonna make you understand that. Let's walk down these stairs, man. NBA money, but I don't. The first video, matter of fact, I'm gonna link it below again for all you stupid motherfuckers and think y'all trying to expose something. You're not exposing nothing. Like, that shit is so weird. So I'm gonna put the video again of when I first came to the house, when the lady came here and showed me the home and showed all this, most of it, this pool table, all this shit was still here. And we talked about what the fuck I was gonna do, man. Yeah.
Who you trying to fool, bruh? No, real talk. Let's read this again. We'll read this again. Sorry about that, guys. I just saw the mute thing, right? Let's read this again, all right? We're looking at the top right-hand corner right here. You talking about, oh, who's exposing shit? Nobody's exposing shit. You said when you first got that property, you said, bought my first home, it's an estate. The Malibu MADE compound, Manifest All Dreams Estate, right? The acronym for MADE, wouldn't be here without the Organic G Squad and, of course, the Gargoyle Gang. Organic love to Jackson Properties for getting me the best deal ever. Now the wealth begins. You even got co-signed by Cali Muscle over here, right? Super motivating, champ. Thanks for sharing your stories. Now listen, bro. Listen, that was the post that you put up on Instagram. So I don't know what you were talking about on YouTube, but were you lying to Instagram audience or were you lying to YouTube audience? Because this is you. This is your account. You posted that. So what did anyone get wrong here? You came out, lied to your audience, and said you bought a house and you're renting it. Listen, there's nothing wrong with you renting a house. No, I mean, if you want to spend $15,000 a month, that's fine. I wouldn't listen. I'm renting right now, and I hate what I'm paying for rent. All right, it's horrible, right? So listen, if you're paying $15,000 a month to rent, that's fine and dandy. However, don't sit here and then put a post up to your audience pretending like you bought it, pretending that you own it, putting together a lifestyle that you don't live. Because guess what? It's deceptive marketing. And when those young Pookie and Ray Rays here are watching you and trying to get out the hood because they want to be hood rich like you, they're looking at a wannabe gangbanger, all right, that made it from zero to the top, right? Now, they're gonna listen, bro. Listen, this just creates a bunch of problems that you're dealing with right now, and there's still gonna be more the further down you go down this road. It's not gonna stop. Like, there are gonna be more videos, there are gonna be more eyeballs on you because you started this off with a lie. That's just it. And now you're going at Spencer. Why are you going at the only white dude that called you out? I'm curious, bro. Why are you going out the only white dude that called you out? I want to know. But we'll watch a little bit more of this, and then I want to go into a little bit of this man's backstory, right? I want to go into where the hell the Mr. Organics came from and kind of just break this down because he talks a lot about his life. He talks about all the stuff that he's done, but let's go ahead and break it down, and you guys can judge for yourself. But let's play a little bit more of what he got for White Boy Spencer.
So it ain't my fault I was smart enough to get a better deal, save me some money, boom, boom, boom. You know, I got a CPA. Do you got a CPA? You got an accountant? You understand this stuff, man? Let's go to the motherfucking Oasis of Greatness. Here we go. Double door God, you know what I'm saying? So it's just astonishing to me, like any person, you know what I'm saying, especially a white boy, you know. So that's why you should salute somebody. You said you had holes in your shoes, bum. You said you had no dollars in your pocket. And you got to figure out a way to monetize yourself. And what you did, you figure out to talk about other men and try to pull down successful people because you never were successful. It's not going to work over this way, man. We're not going to allow you, especially talk about us black people that's coming up from nothing, you know, coming from these prison systems that they placed us in, coming from poverty that they placed us in, and trying to pull us back down when we came up from nothing. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm fucking done, bro. You had your time to explain some shit, and you still talking about a whole lot of nothing, dog. Like, what you mean? What are you talking about? Anybody? You're the one who's pulling yourself down with your crazy antics, dog. You are doing Miss Organics. I'm back in here. Everything that is happening to you right now, you are doing by yourself. No one's helping you. If you went to jail, all right, which you did get in some legal trouble within your youth, all right, and it wasn't for all this little, robbery or fraud or whatever it is that you're trying to put on and try to pretend for your audience, right? Because you big gangster and shit, right? But it's not any of that. You got busted for the same thing Donnie Boy got busted for, all right? Y'all both scammers. Let's just be real, all right? This guy, we're gonna break it down because he wants to talk all hard. So let's go ahead and break down how hard he is, right? And we don't play a video that he had from his past because this guy, he says, and he said this on Adam 22, he said this on various other shows too as well, that he has had ties with the cartel, especially growing up, right? He's had ties with some of these bangers, he's some of the most dangerous guys in the world, right? You look at Mr. Organic, he is not the one to be messed with. He is not the one that you want to pull up on. He is not the one you want to do anything with because he is Mr. Organic and he's going to tag you like it ain't nothing, right? So we're going to go ahead and break that shit down too. Like, is that part of your life even real? All right. So here's this man doing a video. Hold on. This man is about to, in this video, discuss basically how he came up, right? And how he, initially made all of his money to get him out of the hood, right? How he got out of being hood rich, all right? To greatness, from rags to riches, right? And part of his story when he was making, when he was talking about it, he was basically alluding, and you heard this first time I heard this story was on Adam 22, right? And he was kind of going over his backstory. He was alluding a little bit to like, okay, what he did in the past, but didn't really, break it down. And it seemed to me during that interview, my man was alluding to being a coyote. And for those of you guys who don't know what a coyote is, it's essentially human trafficking. You mean to tell me this nigga was trafficking people across the border? I'm talking about human beings across the border. That's what he was doing. So in this video, he kind of breaks that down, because after I heard that the first time, I was like, hold on, time out. I gotta figure out what's happening here. You telling me this dude was a coyote? This dude was working for the cartel? Like, I gotta know how the fuck this happened, all right? So get your bullshit hats on, all right? I got mine on, and we're gonna go bullshit detect him right now, because I want to know, did this motherfucker really actually did human trafficking for the cartels? And if that is true, we got a whole nother mess of problems. Because, listen, you not gonna sit here, let me get my mud back in here. You not gonna sit here and tell me that we got Mr. Organics, all right? This man who's basically talking about him being a human trafficker, all right? A human trafficker trafficking people from Mexico all the way to the United States, all right? Which in this case will classify as a federal crime, because you're moving things across state lines. And then I gotta then sit there and think, right? Because people, we gotta think together, all right? We gotta get our bullshit hats on. If this man was a human trafficker and that's how he made his bones coming up, and now we see him on a podcast or networking on a podcast with a guy on there who is a former Homeland Security agent, bro. Let me get this straight. You mean to tell me somebody who's committing a federal crime on a federal level is networking on a podcast to someone who's a federal enforcer of the Homeland Security, and they're doing a podcast together and they're acting like they're best friends? Listen, y'all, I told you this shit goes deep. I told you to rot. When you peel this shit back, this shit goes fucking deep. You not about to tell me that we got a Homeland Security agent in the building doing podcast work with somebody who was a human trafficker committing federal crimes. Listen, man, if people start talking about conspiracy, I don't know what else to tell you. But let's go ahead and get to this video, because I'm telling you, bro, this shit gets wild. Like, it gets so freaking wild, dog.
Because I'm a blessed individual, man. I'm Mr. Organic, by the way. If you don't know, now you do know. I'm the Go to Ghost, the King of Kings, actually the King of Downtown. Now let me tell you something. This is the Organic Nation, man. Shout out to everybody that subscribed. I appreciate y'all Organic Nation certified members. Shout out to everybody that hit the notification bell. That means you're part of the Gargoyle gang, gang. Bitch, you understand me? Oh my bad. Turn. Corvette, nigga. Man, come on, blood gang, nigga. Pussy, nigga. Bitch, nigga. But anyway, man, have no fear, Mr. Organic here. Make sure you get the merch, man. You know what I'm saying? New tea alert, man. You know what I'm saying? OrganicLifestyle.com. The link is below. Your Organic tip. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get, you know what I'm saying? Rob the cartel. You know what I'm saying? This is when I was in Arizona a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Long time ago. You know what I mean?
I apologize, guys. This is gonna be really, really hard to hear him. But he's driving right now with the top down, so please do the best you can. But he's gonna explain his past as a former coyote, okay? This 40-year-old. And you know what? I'll give him credit, all right? Because back then, this video was like, what, 4 years old? I mean, a young Mr. Organic, all right, look at his beard, all right? It's non-Fruit Loop, it's non-weird, it's just a normal beard, like the normal guy, all right? So, listen, this is what you should be looking like at 40, okay? Not like Captain Crunch, freaking looking at his chin. I'm just saying, bro, but let's continue.
So, let me get the Organic tell about this. One of my homeboys, right? One of my
So he's basically about to get into the story of him being a human trafficker. For those guys who didn't really hear what he was saying, he's basically alluding to right now how he met up with his friend that he basically went MIA a while back. All right, all of a sudden shows up at a club spending big money, and he goes up and talks to a friend like, "Oh, where you at? Like, what are you doing now? What's happening?" Friend gives him a 411 on the new job that he has. Right, Mr. Organic being broken dusty is basically saying, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna need a new way to make some money, so you hit me up." And then he's about to get to the point where his friend's like, "All right, let's go ahead and get it." All right, so guys, the last 30 minutes of the show, we're going to go ahead and do the call-in. So you guys go ahead. If you guys got the call-in links, all right, because we're doing things a little bit differently, you go ahead and start filing in right now, all right? But we'll go ahead and keep playing the video.
All right. They show up tomorrow, man. Pick you up, we'll go to the mall. Like, all right, cool. You pick me up. Brand new Infinity thing, looking crispy. All right, man, we go to the mall. This is what jerseys would be, Mitchell and Ness jerseys and all that good stuff. Don't mind the teeth, man. The Gargolian thing, man. But you're like, man, get whatever you want. I said, nigga, you know me now. I like to get, I must do. Like, man, I know. Go get whatever you want. I said, cool. You know that? Be cool. So when we're going there, I got my 4 basketball jerseys, 2 football, with the hats to match, of course. He didn't say nothing. I walk out, it had to be like $2,500 we spent. And he was like, man, come by with me. And then we riding. And as we ride, he was like, man, you want to know what's going on? He said, listen, this is what I do, man. I'm plugged up with these people across the border. You know what I'm saying? Basically what we're doing is called coyote. So mind you now, this is...
He just admitted that what this friend, his job is coyoting, which is also AKA human trafficking. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like a federal crime. And you mean to tell me he does a podcast with somebody who is a former Homeland Security agent, which also primarily focuses on things that have to do with immigration? I'm sorry, bro. Like, this shit's starting to get really, really weird, dog.
Vast statute of limitation eons ago, brothers. You know, I ain't saying no names. I'm just saying, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we take people, you know what I'm saying? We get people to the border, bring them across the border. I'm like, what? Okay, that's cool. He said, but what we do is we drop them off at the house. Once they get to the house, the cartel picks them up, they get the money for each person that comes across the border. So we get money for that. Bring them across, and then they get the money for them, for their families, to get them out there. It's called coyote. That's some real shit I'm telling you. I said, all right, man, okay, cool. Man, why we get some money, brother? I ain't going across no border right now. This is before I even start going across the border. I said, this is what we do, though. So after we drop them off, it's usually about 4 days before the people start getting them out. So what we'll do is we get the money for dropping them off, and then go back 2 days, and then they're going to take the people back and go take them to another house, and then we get the money from them too. We double up. I said, damn, you a crazy nigga. You trying to get me to rob cartels for your humans? You tell me I gotta rob the cartel for human beings? I said, shit, I'm motherfucking with the nigga. How we did all this shit, we got off that, off with that, though, man. He's like, yeah. He said, the first we're doing it tomorrow. I said, tomorrow, huh? Nigga, let me just give me the time and place, nigga. So boom, we pull up. Next day, about like 2 a.m. You know me, I'm dressed like a ninja. I got a ski mask on. I got a full ninja suit, like one. I got a whole black suit on, Ninja Man. You know what I'm saying? I got different contacts in my eyes. Some motherfuckers can't see my eye color. You understand me? I got some Reese cup. You know, you get the Reese cup package. When you eat a Reese cup, the black part. I put that on my 2 front teeth, like my 2 front teeth is out. Big disguise. You know what I'm saying? So I took some of the black Reese cut they put on my toothpicks. So I got two front Mr. Teeth and everything. I'm a smart motherfucking diabolical nigga now. Nobody don't get me like that. So I was smart with the shit now. You know what I'm saying? So boom. He came in there like, man, you was a crazy nigga, man. You really dressed like that? I said, hell yeah, nigga. I watched, nigga, I'm a snake eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man. So we go in there. Boom, it's 3 of us. And I was so crook, I was so crook to prove myself.
Get the lights up, Ghost.
Oh, hell no!
Get my lights up. What we doing, baby? So he's basically breaking down how he met up with his friend. Now they met up. They're at the Coyote place where they're at the traffic some people, and he's dressed up like a ninja with his 2 teeth to look like his 2 teeth were missing. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. At this point, I want to ask you guys. All right, we'll do a little voting session. Who believes this story so far? All right, this man met up with his friend who hasn't met up with a long time ago, and then all of a sudden has this magical job that pays him a whole lot, human trafficking people across the border. All right, and that's how he got his first come up. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that story. Put a 2 in the chat if this dude is capping. I'll wait. All them 2s flowing in. You're capping, dog. You're capping, bro. This sounds like this is the hood version of Fresh's 1,000 leg count story. That's what this is. The way I look at this is the same thing as this dude talking about claiming he banged 1,000 chicks when he was in Barbados or what the hell he was doing, right? That's the exact same thing. I do not believe for 1 second this man was involved with the human trafficking or cartel the way he is, right? And if it is true, my dude, you are stupid for bragging about a goddamn federal crime on Instagram, on a YouTube, on social media. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, I can't, dog. But, dude, I don't believe this story at all 1 bit. And it makes me wonder, like, why would someone like this tell something so dumb? Like, it's not believable, bro. Like, are you not thinking? But we'll go ahead and continue.
And like I said, man, once again, I'm not condoning this, man. I was just young and dumb, thirsty for money. Don't never chase money, man. That's why I always tell people, never chase money, chase the dream. Never chase goals, because I was chasing the money, man, and I was doing some wild shit. But back to the story. So, boom. As I get there, I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna go first. He's like, yeah. He said, nigga, just kick the door and then go to the back room. That's where they all at. And there's 3 of us. You got pistols and all that. I'm like, all right. I kick the door, nigga. So, because this is why I'm fully athlete still. So I kick that motherfucker with my whole knee to the chest. Boom! Almost kick the door off the motherfucking hinges. Then I get low. I'm low with the gun low like this. Nervous, but sturdy, but nervous. We go in there, and then I don't see nothing. I go to the left. Nobody. I go to the full of motherfucking little kids, grown niggas, women. A couple of them motherfuckers was fine too. I ain't gonna lie. A couple of the grown women was type fine. So I'm in with the gun like, hey, y'all be quiet. Y'all come with us in the van. You know what I'm saying? We'll take you another place. They're like, I'm not eating that. I said, bitch, border patrol. I'm with border patrol, bitch. You know what I'm saying? One was fine though. I tried to like talk to her a little bit like, baby, you can sit with me, come with me in the back, sit on my lap type. I was trying to get it, but we got about 10 of them joints in there, bro. Understand, like 2,000 a piece. You get 2,000 a piece for a person. So they on some real wild shit. I'm crazy. So we get like 2,000 a person. Took them to the spot. You know what I'm saying? One of them motherfuckers fine. Like I said, I got her number and all that. She didn't speak no English. I was trying to text her and shit.
So not only did you traffic people across a border, but there was another one you were trying to hit on at the same time while you were trafficking them. Listen, man, the more you tell the story, I don't know if you're trying to sound cool, but you sound like a fucked up dude, bro. So now that you're not only trafficking people across state line, which is a federal crime, but then you're also trying to hit on one of the ladies that was on there that you were trafficking. Listen, this gets worse as you go, bro. It's not doing you any kind of favors. I don't know who the fuck's listening to this that thinks you're freaking cool by talking about this, but it just sounds crazy, dog.
But she didn't understand. But you know what I'm saying? It was cool. Got that little money. That was my first little lick, so I got about 7,000, nigga. And that was only like 10 minutes of work. It was easy, too. There's nothing but an old lady that was guarding the house. You know what I'm saying? They put them in like old people houses and shit like that. They be sneaky. They smart motherfuckers. So that was the first big lick I ever did. You know what I'm saying? I got like 7,000. I'm like, nigga, I need to do another one. And then the other ones kept coming and coming and coming. I'm gonna tell y'all some more again details about that. Like I said, I'm giving y'all more into my life. But like I said, I don't condone it. I was in a different place in my life. I was just real lost. Just trying to get money when I dropped out of school. So it's not something I like think it's cool. It's funny stories. It's real stories. And God is great that I made it out of that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a situation, man.
And That's the thing with this guy, man. He always talks about it like he oh, God get me, I made it out of good, I'm rags to riches and all this stuff like that. Like literally these soft motivation type stories. And it's one of those things, man, like at this point, you start to, it's like, okay, man, all right. Some of it is just cap, right? You cap, you're trying to appeal to certain people, right? And I guess these guys are buying it up because they're actively paying right now for your lifestyle. So it means that whatever it is that you're doing and talking about, it's clearly working, right? So, and it brings me to one important, before we go ahead and turn it all over to the panel here, right? It brings me to one important thing that I think that we need to talk about that's really important, right? And you can say important so many times, but this is very important, and which is who are the kind of people that this kind of content appeals to, right? And I've alluded to this before at the start of the stream, but essentially are the guys who are in a black manosphere or in the manosphere at large are called Pookie and Ray Rays, right? The guys who are literally bangers. Like literally, I listen to do work on this, to even comment on this subject of Mr. Organics. I had to comb through literally tons of videos. All right, so if anything, it's listen. You talk about a dude talking about other men. Listen, it is my job to talk about other scammers. Okay, all right, other people. I don't care if they're men or women, or you get your standboys in here. It is my job officially to comb through hours of shitty content so then you guys in here don't have to. That way I can let them know how they're being scammed, and I can let people who are also following you know how they're being scammed. And guys, this shit takes work. So while I'm explaining this crap, oh hell, get my goddamn likes up right now, okay? So here's the thing. We want to have a conversation to who the hell these kind of content applies to. And this the kind of guys we consider the Pookie and Ray Rays, the Africans, is mainly African-American people. Now, not just African-Americans. He has a pretty diverse following, but the next biggest group will be Latinos, right? So you got African-Americans and Latino men who are primarily from the hood or in the hood, because I watch people who do the reaction videos on you, and they seem pretty goddamn hood. Like, these fools, the hood is hell, right? I mean, they out here toting guns and shit. They're pretty much trying to be you, right? And that's the thing. Those are the type of guys who wish that they can get out of the crap that they're in right now to become hood rich like you. That's what they're doing. So when I say time after time after time again that these guys are literally paying you this type of money to your merch and all this stuff to live vicariously through you, this is not an understatement. This is their reality. When they're seeing you in your $15,000 a month rented mansion, they see you in your leased vehicles, and you're seeing you trying to talk about wealth and building wealth and having money and all these different stuff. And then when they talk about your claim to wealth, it's all about you invested in Shiba and you did all these other various companies that you're very vague at, right? You're essentially selling a dream. That's what you are. And the real actual wealth and the money that you have coming on comes from the merch. It comes from the merchandise that you guys are buying, or the audiences are buying. That's what all this is. There's no real business. There's no real anything. It's just a merch. You're making up these guys, and you're financially incentivized to keep that lifestyle going, because these kind of demographic, the hood rich wannabes, right? This is what they look up to. This is the rag to riches type of shit that they love. So then when we talk about this stuff like, hey, guys, you guys need to start building wealth and, X, Y, and Z generational stuff, miss me with that bullshit. Because especially when I see majority of you brothers spending your money on this to pretend to look like something, when I see majority of you brothers pretending that what wealth is supposed to look like, it's another nigga dropping $15,000 on a rented property that ain't even his, I can't listen to y'all talk about generational wealth. I can't listen to y'all talk about somebody holding a black man down when I'm looking at thousands of other black men that look like me that try to follow this nigga are putting themselves in the debt, in the trouble, or in a dangerous situation to get them killed, robbed, or something even worse, and then talking about goddamn generational wealth. Y'all not goddamn ready for it. So when these ladies talk about, hey, black men don't build, now they're partially wrong, but when I come in and look at something like this, I see where majority of your money is going. I see what majority of y'all listening to and where all this shit's going through, right? So you can't fucking sit there and tell me that I'm off base talking about why y'all are following this when this is the goddamn truth. The truth of the matter is y'all would rather look rich than to actually be rich. It is what it is. That's fine. And no one's complaining about it, but just let the truth be the truth. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys think I'm capping, that's literally what the fuck's going on right now. If you guys want to do the research like I have, Go down there and watch all the reaction videos people have been doing about him. Watch all the goddamn videos a lot of brothers have been dropping on him. These are disillusioned brothers and dudes who are from the Latino community who have bought into this guy's crap, all right, haven't gotten their money's worth, and now are angry. You're scamming people that look just like you, and worst off, these goddamn people also have hopes and dreams to make it to where you are, but the reality is a lot of them don't even have the gumption to do it. Guys, all of this shit, it's all for one thing and one thing only, okay? Especially this lifestyle that these guys live, it's all about merch. All this shit is all about merch, bro. Literally, guys, when I was doing this stuff, I tell you, man, I stumbled across something that was so crazy, it wasn't even funny. I stumbled across, y'all want to know what I was, get my likes up real quick. Get my likes up right now if y'all want to know what the hell I stumbled across, because this shit is going to basically be like, I don't know, it's bigger, this crap is bigger than what you know, because this is, come to find out, what I found out is a whole nother community, okay, of people who drive these nice cars and put themselves in these nice houses, right? All in the name of selling merch to unsuspecting people. I'm talking about guys like CJ So Cool, guys like Omni and the Hellcat, guys like goddamn Tall Guy Car Reviews, all these goddamn guys who are all in this particular niche of sports cars / supercars, and then trying to pretend from, going from hood rich to from the rags to riches, hood rich type of story. That's literally the demographic all these guys come from. So when you look at the majority of young males, listen to this crap. These are young males who want to get rich off of not really putting any quality work in the goddamn process. So this is what we're dealing with, folks. This is the epidemic, and we slapping cases on all you motherfuckers. Every single one of y'all, we digging into that just to make sure there's some straight and narrow shit going on, because, listen, man, this shit goes deep. There's a whole goddamn wave of content creators literally pretending that they have nice cars and houses just to sell goddamn merch to other people who want to live vicariously through them. Oh, hell no. So when we talk about the goddamn story of people who want to live vicariously through others, all right, and those same people coming here talking about, oh, you talking about other men, sign language, shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. This is what I'm talking about. These guys live vicariously through other men who are pretending to be rich, and the only reason why is because they're acting like they made it from rags to riches, and that's it. They're putting on this weird-ass, tough-ass, wannabe gangster background to make it seem like they're related to you, but a lot of these guys, it ain't really the case. Mr. Organics, a.k.a. Jarvis, okay, when he's talking about he went from, I was driving Escalade since I was 19 or whatever it is, I've been rich, what? No, it's real money initially, right? This whole coyote thing he was telling you was cap. It was completely cap. This guy wrote check fraud. He was a check frauder, just like Donnie Boy. These guys did check fraud, the easiest and most white-collar shit that you could possibly do, all right? That's what this dude was on. He tried to defraud a bank and went to use that money to buy Escalades. That's what you did. You ain't no gangbanger. You ain't no goddamn human trafficker or coyote, because, listen, that ain't you, bro. All right? Stop pretending. And any of y'all motherfuckers out here who in the hood and thinking that the best way to do it is to come up and be a cartel member or be a coyote, you got another thing coming, bro, because these brothers are straight lying to y'all. Let's go ahead and get the panel involved, people. Let's go ahead and do it. Shout out to you, Grover Reeves from the THPP Network. What's good, brother? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and have a conversation about this real quick.
What's good, my G? How you doing, man?
We doing good. We doing good. Another day, man. How you doing, Grover?
I'm doing well. I trying not to die laughing. You didn't have a few of them. I'm glad that you started going in on a beard, because I almost dyed my beard orange today instead of this natural. No! You saved me. You saved me, and the wife is very happy I ain't dyeing my beard gray anyway, orange anyway.
Don't do it. Wear the gray, brother. It looks great. The gray is better, man.
Well, I tell everybody I earned every one of these motherfuckers. One thing though I really want to touch on, it's very serious, about the human trafficking, about being a coyote. Okay, so this story has to be for suburban kids who aren't going to smell bullshit, who don't understand. Anybody who knows anything, all right, family background, own a lot of property in Texas, own a lot of property in Arizona. No 6'5" black man is being any type of coyote for any Mexican cartel.
Thank you. It just doesn't make any sense. They're not gonna choose you, especially talking about you roll up in there in a mask and teeth and everything, bro. Now you're doing too much. You're doing too much. First of all, listen, bro. I'm not saying I got experience in that or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure you wear normal clothes. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you dress down just to blend in, bro. You don't want to bring attention to yourself because being a coyote means you gotta, maneuver across treacherous terrain. So you want to be appropriate for that. Go ahead.
I mean, something that you have to understand is that the number one person stopped around the border is a person of Latino descent. The number two person is African American. Coyotes look white. Okay, they speak good English. They're not going to be this dude here. I mean, this is just from knowing. This is not from me blowing anything out of my ass. This is from me spending all of 2017 volunteering for Catholic Charities, doing self-defense seminars for people who were trafficked and helping them through that process. So this is not just me talking about this just to sound cool. So besides saying that, I think that we need to have a reckoning about what we're actually doing here and what we're actually seeing. And the reckoning is this is a money grab, 100% a money grab. It's a personification to get people to want to buy money. And look, I tell people all the time, I'm a capitalist. I'm good with making money, right? Everyone wasn't raised like me not to lie to get and make money, but also everybody wasn't raised with a good BS detector, and so they're falling for this hook, line, and sinker, or they're just being entertained by it. I actually, when I first see Mr. Organic, I was like, oh, this is interesting. Let me see what he has to say. I heard him rap. Thought it was. I heard, hey, listen, y'all ain't getting me to put on no mask. I'm done with y'all. I'll drop off right now.
Hold on, my little gargoyle thing's falling off real quick. I gotta get it. Oh, listen, Poppy's in the house. Hey, gang, motherfuckers, gang. Woo! Gang. Motherfucker, baby. Gang, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream.
I'm done with y'all.
See Poppy over here. Poppy from the streets over here. Listen, Poppy got the real mask. I got the hat with the hole cut out and shit. So, hey, we great valuing over here, brother. I ain't hood rich like yo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm a
Poppy,
good guy.
what's good? Shout out to you.
No more, man.
Welcome to the stream. Hey, get my like buttons up. Get my like, folks. Get it up. Let's do it. Hey, Poppy, what are your thoughts on this dude, man? And listen, I'm not going. You can explain what your life experiences and things like that. But so someone who's coming from Colombia, where obviously one of the major cartels reside and things like that, right? And this guy who's claiming to be part of the whole nonsense. Go ahead and let the audience know your thoughts and part of this stuff. While we get great value in this, I'm gonna go ahead and pour my drink. Okay, we pouring some for the dead homies. All right, listen, I got the colorful C over here to match your beard, Mr. Organic. But go ahead.
Salute, man. Salute, everybody, man.
Salute.
Where you at? Yo, man, listen, man. This is the classic fake until you make it story, man. Like, bro, first of all, man, like my man, Grover, he beat me to the punch. But I'm glad he did because he's a wise man. And the reason why I'm glad he did beat me to the punch is because he's from the West Coast. And anybody that live on the West Coast, California, Arizona, and Texas is not the West Coast, but these three states right here are the major parts of when it comes to, it's the border with Mexico, pretty much. That's where all the traffic goes, especially Texas and Arizona. That's like the main outlets. I know a lot of Mexicans. I speak Spanish, so Mexicans fuck with me. And bro, this man is lying like a motherfucker, yo. Like come on, man. Like, yo,
let him know how you lied.
First of all, man, I know somebody that do that kind of things, right? First of all, you have to be Mexican to be a coyote, bro. You have to be Mexican. You know why? Because you dealing with Mexicans. All the Mexicans don't speak no English at all.
Yeah.
So how the hell this guy is he from like Detroit or Minnesota, some shit like that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think he's from somewhere up north.
I'm not 100% sure what that dude's for. Hey, put it in the chat if y'all. Well, you know what? Let's not. We already got his first name. So listen. The thing is, I don't like the, even though like for my haters out there, for some of you guys who are tired of us covering you on videos and something like that. Listen, even if you guys can be horrible and and racist to us, right? And Mr. Organics also hanging out guys who are could potentially be known as racist. Listen, we're not gonna dox you in our streams. Listen, we even get rid of people who try to dox you on our stuff. All right, we keep it fair, but we still gonna come at y'all because we know our roast is just that much fire, baby. Woo! Go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying, man. Like if it's impossible for this guy to be a coyote because he is not Mexican, man. You directing people, and that's not easy from what I heard. You have to stay in the border. If you come to Arizona, you have to stay in the border for 3 days walking, bro. It's time matters. They got drones. They got the police. The how you call it, the border patrol guys.
Yeah.
On the dirt bike. They got them on the trucks. Yo, it's all about timing, son.
That's what I was saying.
This guy's not gonna be in the goddamn border for 3 days when it's 120 degrees, bro. It's 120. If it is through Texas, you gotta cross through the river, Rio Grande, El Paso.
And looking like, let me ask you a question, right? Looking at a guy like Mr. Organics, right? Because we already know the kind of terrain and the hot weather and stuff like that. Because people die on trips like that, right? Does he look like somebody who would even be like someone who's prepared for the job, and also knowing that they got guys, because it's not just you going across the border, it's you going across the border and opposing force trying to stop you. And this opposing force is the full weight of the United States government, okay? Because they don't play with this shit. So like you said, they got drones, they got heat cameras, they got heat maps and all these different things, right? Even shit that looks underground without you even having to dig on the ground. They already know that shit. So how is it that they're going to look at first of all, just out of just inconvenience, you a 6'6", 240-pound nigga. They're not going to take you on a trip like that because you probably not going to make it on a trip like that because you either going to die or you going to get caught. You don't get everybody caught. Bro. You too damn big.
You speak out. And look, this is where he messed up.
Unless he's sneaking onto a basketball court, he going to stick
right? Why you trying to sneak a whole basketball team from Mexico to America? Because that don't work. If not, I mean,
listen, man, and I'm gonna tell you another thing what people don't know, man. Cartel people, real Mexican cartel people, they don't like black people. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
No, that's facts. There's real racism there.
I know some cartel guys, and the only reason they even speak to me is because I happen to speak the same language as they do. So they give me I get the ultimate pass in a way. You see what I'm saying?
Poppy, I can even one up with you. My wife's from Oaxaca, Mexico. People from Oaxaca, sometimes they don't mess with people from Jalisco. Sometimes they don't mess with people from Sinaloa. Sometimes they don't mess with people from Michoacan. So, I mean, you're breaking. So now if they have problems with each other sometimes, how do you think they're going to feel about this big brother trying to sneak through the desert for 3 days? And it's just, I mean, it's just immaculate cap. It takes balls. Go on and continue. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man.
But this is where he messed up at, man. He messed up in this one, man. He should have said, like, yo, I'm just moving bricks. Because at that point, that would be believable, right? And like, yo, I'm moving bricks. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving this, I'm moving that. You say human trafficking. Like the hardest job than the essay can do, yo.
And here's the thing, you're absolutely right, because like I said, because we got to look at the kind of guys he markets to, right? The kind of people who pay for stuff like that. And those are the guys who like that gang banging type shit, that hood, the stuff that they can relate to, right? And some of these guys, I've done the research, man, looking at some of these guys and even the opposing videos that they've done. These guys, some of them are really from the hood. Right, he's even beefing with some dude that knows some dude that's familiar with Omni-Man, not Omni-Man. What do you call it? Omni and the Hellcat? And they got some kind of beef going. Dude got videos of him toting guns and shit. Like, hey, you fuck with me? This is gonna do over what? Over merch, and who the hell is selling merch to whose audience? That's what this is. That's what the game's all about, merch. So these guys, what they do, even the dudes who was criticizing, one of the dudes who was criticizing, not Omni, but Mr. Organics, right? He was criticizing him. while trying to tell other guys to go buy his merch instead. Because listen, I need to go to Alibaba to do this. Hey, y'all can buy my merch too. But yeah, man, Mr. Organics, he's a scammer. Been scamming y'all. Meanwhile, you doing the exact same thing while calling him out. Like, oh my God. Now I was digging deeper, come on, who the hell is this fool? And I'm digging deeper, come to find out there's a whole slew of up-and-coming wannabe creators who are basically trying to use this as a come-up, right? Either which is the whole hood rich buy cars with the money and all these different stuff, but you got to be hood. You got to show them you from the streets. Right, and that's the kind of audience that Mr. Organics caters to, and this is where the problem lies, because not a lot of these guys are actually really getting the genuine tools to be successful. So we can come over here, gang, all this damn shit and whatnot, but in the end of the day, you're not really helping black men, bro. You hurting them, and then to come out with a post basically lambasting a white boy for calling you out. He's not the only one calling you out. There's a bunch of black folks who you scammed who are calling you out right now because they didn't get the merchandise away it was supposed to be your promise. They didn't get the collab that was coming with that program that was promised. There was a bunch of other shit they didn't get, and they're dropping videos on your ass. But yet you come at the first white boy to do it. It don't make any sense, because we want to break down racists. We already showed videos, and I got tons more videos. We gonna show videos of you talking to black women like they're monkeys, right? No different from all these Fresh and Fit, but no different from the guys Fresh and Fit hang out with that are willing to call another black man on stream a monkey, a dumb fucking monkey. Y'all on the podcast together. So then when you want to talk about race, miss me with that bullshit, because then when I see all your past behaviors, it becomes to me more about the money and him affecting your business than about the race issue, because you've been hurting black people worse than this man calling you out. It is what it is, people. It just is what it is. But this is the goddamn side of hen these fools try to do to make you or throw you guys off your game. But we right here, baby. We gang all day to catch your bullshit, motherfucker.
The question I have is: does anyone really think Spencer Cornelia is racist? I mean, look, maybe he has an implicit bias or something, or he does that. But I mean, I've seen Spencer Cornelia just roast a whole bunch of people.
Everybody
has nothing to. Matter of fact, if Spencer Cornelia makes a video about you, your ass is in trouble. But
you already know.
Also, Spencer Cornelia made he did a dual stream with JT Pocket Watcher, and JT Pocket Watcher talked about Mr. Organic, and maybe I'm just haven't seen him say anything.
No. What you're missing, Grover, is someone like Mr. Organic is racist, okay? And he only targets white people who criticize him. If you're a brother, and you're smart and you criticize him, he's not gonna talk about you. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna leave you off to the side. But you're a white man, and you go ahead and talk some shit. Oh, white boy all day. You sucking some. Matter of fact, you suck some toes. Go ahead and suck my toes, nigga. Time out. First of all, I gotta ask this question. Mr. Organis, and listen, we all ganged up over here. We got a ski mask, so you can't say we not hating anything. Listen, I gotta ask you from one gang to another, bro. What's with the gay jokes, bro? Like what's with like him, like Spencer slobbing on your knob and all that nonsense, bro? Like, I mean, you said that a lot. Like, it was to the point I had the question, bro. Like, you want the brother to do something to you? Like, what's with all the gay jokes, bro? Like, I gotta listen. I'm just asking questions, dog. Listen, gang, bro. Gang. We just asking questions over here. Right?
But don't you find it funny, yo, that this guy, he only picked the only white boy that was talking about him, but he didn't pay attention. He didn't say nothing about Pocket Watcher. He didn't say no. He's another brother that was talking about him. I said PNB, I think it is. That's his name on his channel. PNB Vegetable, something like that.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it was another guy. It was a black guy talking about.
Wait, you said
he said like vegetables. It's sounding like PNB, something like that.
There's a guy called Ice Cream Vlogs. Is that what you mean? Hey, shout out to Ice Cream Vlogs. Ice Cream Vlogs did a couple videos that I actually reacted to as well that I used in the stream. So shout out to him. But is that who you talking about?
Yeah, I think we talking about the same person. But look, pay attention how he targeted the white boy. You know why? Because in his mind, he thought that the white boy is the softest target. You see what I'm saying? He cannot say no about Pocket Watcher. Pocket Watcher is a goddamn account. Like, he don't want to get in the back and forth with him. Don't want that.
Because then what? But tell me. The reason why it wouldn't, because what other argument is he gonna use? You're racist. You're racist. What? You have another brother calling you out. Well, what race got to do with that, right? So I think the whole Spencer thing is just an easy scapegoat. That's what that's what it is.
You know what he would say, like, it's black on black crime.
Oh, even though he's engaging in behavior that perpetuates the whole goddamn stereotype, which doesn't make any sense. And every nigga that's following you also perpetuates that stereotype. Listen, I don't want any brother who's out there following you with these t-shirts and goddamn pistols and shit running around talking about gang, gargoyle and shit like that. I don't want them following down your footsteps. If that means exposing you means less of them niggas, great. Because you are not what you're saying that you are. You're trying to present yourself as this pillar of the black community, and you're the same ones hurting them. It's no different than these pookie drug dealers out here talking about, oh, we just gotta do what we can to come out the hood and help out people and whatnot. In the same breath, you selling poison and fentanyl and all that shit to the same people that live in your damn neighborhood. Miss me with that bullshit, because you guys are responsible for the shit that's going on right now. Mr. Organics, you are responsible for the heat that you're getting, but you're also responsible for the crap that you've given to other people. The goddamn reaction videos they're making about you, all these different things. You are deserving of that because you brought that on yourself. Nobody else did.
Do you think it's his? Do you think it's his lack of authenticity that really, and just being transparent, just being honest of what he's doing, that really drives the point that makes him make this incredible shit up? Because JT Pocket Watcher was the one who actually looked up his property, and the reason why he did it was because he insulted. He really went at the young lady really recklessly on Fresh and Fit. So he looked up the property and said, because it's like, dude, you're talking to an accountant and a certified financial advisor. I mean, I'm not going to go to trade law with a lawyer, you know?
Yeah, no, he talks about CPAs and whatnot. It's like, dude, you're talking shit about, like, you're not even, the CPA actually audited your ass and called you a scammer. Like, that was Pocket Watcher. He's a certified, listen, bro, like, you got called a scammer by someone who is certified. Like, I don't get OSM. And to answer your question, I think it's the more they do, right, the weirder the stories, the more outrageous it is. It's social media. So that's the problem with social media. It's so easy to be to present yourself as a larger than life character. Exactly. And he even mentioned that in that video that we're playing back. He's like, oh, so what if you fake it till you make it, right? Everybody fakes it till you make it. That's fine. But then when listen, I'm gonna let y'all know in the chat too as well. No one really has a problem with him faking to make it. I like literally everyone on Instagram does it at this point, right? The big problem is when you're lambasting a woman on Fresh and Fit and trying to lord over the fact that you own an estate in Malibu and then try to make her feel shitty about herself. And then somebody who are actual accountants and people who don't generally like you do the research into them properties, right? Something that should be really easy to figure it out. And then come to find out you lied. Well, that's just more ammo that you gave them to fucking come beat your head over with. That's what it is. No one else did that. And racism had no thing. That was your mouth and your Instagram post. Oh, God.
But that's the game, though. That's the game. You gotta fake it until you make it.
Let me ask you this.
The story. That's what sells. The lifestyle.
Poppy Grove, I gotta ask you this because I literally came to the realization when I was editing the intro for today's video, right? And I was thinking about this because I was like, damn, bro, like this dude is really talking about being a coyote right now, right? Which is a human trafficker, which is a federal crime. Meanwhile, he's on a podcast networking with a guy who's a former Homeland Security agent, which handles stuff with immigration and all this. I couldn't stop laughing, bro. Even now, I'm trying to hold myself from laughing. But hey, doesn't that shit sound? Hey, chat, doesn't that shit sound funny? I'm gonna let y'all vote in the chat right now, so I'll make sure I'm not the only one. We got Myron Gaines, who's a former federal agent of Homeland Security. That's federal shit, right? All right. And then we got another dude who basically exposed himself of being a human trafficker, which is a federal crime, and they're both doing podcasts together. Make that shit make sense. Am I the only one that thinks that's weird? Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's weird. Put a 2 in the tag. Nah, Duke, you tripping. I want to know. Y'all on the panel, please vote too. Because when I was reading, I was like, wait, this kid, please tell me this shit's not true. Please tell me that Myron Gaines and this motherfucker, a freaking Homeland Security and a goddamn human trafficker are not working on the same podcast together, scamming young niggas. 1 in the chat if you think that it's weird as hell that we got these two people from 2 different worlds networking, or 2 if you think I'm tripping. I'll wait. Look at at them ones, people. Look at that ones. Listen, we need 3 of them and we be dope, right? But like, I'm telling y'all, bro, it just doesn't make any sense. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm actually speechless because I was just doing a little research, and first thing is that I don't know as an ex-federal officer, if you're retired, as long as you didn't get ran out, you still have some responsibilities, reports, and things. But you know, the statute of limitations for human trafficking is 7 years, and it's 10 years from the time that somebody is identified. So let's just say so it's actually 17 years, basically. They have 7 years to catch you, you know, and you just self-identified as a human trafficker, saying that you did that. I mean, I'm sure he's going to go back and say, oh, it was, you know, 10 years ago, this and that. But they still, from the time that you self-identify, they have 10 years. So that's 17 years altogether. So look, I come from a reality-based point where like people don't admit crimes that they don't want to get caught for, not this new stuff they're doing here. So either he's self-snitching or he's just full of it. And I think that Myron probably would have sensed that he was full of it when he was telling the story, or just simply didn't know the story. But
he knows.
Yeah, all scammers,
They hang out with each other.
They're like, hey, listen. I'm not gonna call myself out of my bullshit if you don't call me out of my bullshit. I won't call.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that Spider-Man meme with like 2 Spider-Mans? Is like, no, you're the imposter. No, you're the imposter. That's essentially what it is. It's like, who's gonna call each other out? We both fake.
so I mean, I just find it incredible that somebody who believes in justice. I mean, he has his Fedit page where he's going over all this stuff. Would actually tolerate that, because look, I wouldn't tolerate nobody around me who said they were a human trafficker or anything like that. I just wouldn't have nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you have or how much money you don't have. I don't care what you do. I don't care how nice your car is. Certain people I just don't want to be around in life because bad things happen to you, like people shoot at you when you're with the wrong people.
Facts.
I mean,
and Grover, you just proved that that's not your audience demographic at all. Like that's not the content you would watch. And realistically, that's not content even guys like you who are also rational thinking, you know, guys, which will be a lot of you guys in this chat, because that's the kind of platform we've built so far, right? We're all rational thinking. We all are level-headed and balanced, and we look at stuff like that, and like people look at it as like, yo, this guy's a joke or he's a mad kappa. Like there's nothing about this that's real, and you're trying to market. That's all this is. You're marketing a lifestyle that would seem dope to guys who are in the hood or guys who've never really been accustomed to that type of dangerous lifestyle that you speak of, being a cartel member, all this stuff like that, and they want to live vicariously through you because they're seeing, oh, look at this guy who claims to go from rags to riches. In that main video that we played, the first video, he was claiming all left and right that he was made it out of nothing, and then your nothing was human trafficking. If that was the case, which it isn't true, because there's evidence out there that the only crime you had, or the main one that you had, was what do you call it, check fraud. We wrote a wrong check to a bank to go buy yourself a Cadillac. It is what it is, but that's what it was. So I didn't say anything violent. The same thing with Donnie Boy, right? Donnie Boy tried to talks about he's a violent criminal. You look at his background, turns out it was credit card fraud, a wire fraud, all these different things, right? These white collar crimes, but yet y'all pretending to be gangsters. I don't get it. I don't know what epidemic I walked into, what kind of rabbit hole we fell in, but we gonna keep digging, folks. But go ahead, Poppy.
Yeah, this is crazy, man, because it's like that story. First of all, only an idiot would believe that shit. And to point out a little bit more, man, in order for him to be a coyote, that means he would have to know people in Mexico, right?
He claims that though. He claims he knows people in Mexico.
No. He needs to know people that needs to come to the country. That means he would have to live there. You see what I'm saying?
But the way he said it is that his best friend disappeared for a while. His best friend met up with them at a club, and then his best friend introduced him to that lifestyle, and then they were making $7,000 a day.
Bro, he had
$1,000.
I don't even believe that. Like, listen, like, bro, you sound like cap. You sound like you're lying, dog.
Yo, he was better off doing what Rick Ross rapper said. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Say movie grits.
I would much rather believe, hey, Mr. Organic, I would much rather believe that you were a Shiba Inu millionaire than all this cartel nonsense, because this is one of those things that with time, it's just gonna make you look bad. It just does, bro. That shit makes sense.
Hold on. Gentlemen, hold on. perhaps the person who entered the basketball player who introduced Fresh to the three girls was a person who introduced him to the people. Come on, man, it's all connected. All together.
I'm telling you, man. The way you look at this, it might as well be a weird ass conspiracy. I'm thinking that
what
too.
Happened. He watched Narcos. That's what happened.
No,
was watching Narcos.
A lot of these fools be watching movies, man. That's where they be getting their lives from, man. I'm telling you, everyone wants to live vicariously through them. And that's the reason why we do shows like this, man, to let y'all understand that a lot of these guys, man, listen, no one's saying that you got to, we're not trying to stop the money or anything. I genuinely don't give a shit, bro. Like, we don't even make money on any of these videos. Well, not any of them, but like most of them that we do, right? Especially exposing y'all as. But we don't care. A lot of it is just making a lot of people aware that this is the kind of deceptive marketing that's going on. Not only in the dating guru world, the fake guru world, all these different worlds, you guys are all scammers. And I want to make sure that a lot of people are at least aware to that, at least growing. Listen, I wasn't kidding when I said 2022 was a year of self-awareness. Like, this is the year of self-awareness. That means y'all brothers out there who are following this message, y'all need to cut that shit off and actually follow real brothers. You got 3 black men on the panel right now, Warren, trying to pretend to be anything that they're not. These are the people with real jobs, real actual freaking, real morals, not only just morals, but integrity, man, that are on here letting you know what's up. And listen, bro, not saying that we're all perfect. I tell y'all, I'm an ancient dude all the time. I know what the fuck I've done before, and I know what the fuck I know what I'm capable of. The fact of the matter is, I'm not bragging about my dangerous past over here to y'all to make me seem cool or anything like that, because I know what trash really means. If you behave in a trash way when you're younger, you got to do your best to keep that where it was and not bring that to the surface to make it seem cool. I've shown that I've learned and grown from my mistakes. Poppy is showing he's learned and he can go from mistake. Grover, I'm pretty sure he's shown and grown like he can, shown that he can grow and learn from mistake. That's the proper adjustment of manhood. You're growing, and that's what people would like to see. But when you're 40 years old with a Fruit Loop beard, talking about being a freaking cartel member, I'm sorry, bro, it doesn't scream maturity. None of that shit screams maturity. So with that being said, guys, you know what time it is? Get my lights up right now. Get my lights up. My lights up. Get my lights up. See you guys next week, baby.